If you spend even a few minutes with an active VoiceOver user, you'll learn two things very quickly. They're remarkably adept at navigating around user interfaces, and they also often set reading speed extremely fast, way faster than you or I would use. It's important to take both of those into account when we're designing our UI. These users aren't just trying VoiceOver out of curiosity, but are instead VoiceOver power users who rely on it to access your app. As a result, it's important we ensure our UI removes as much clutter as possible, so users can navigate through it quickly and not have to listen to VoiceOver reading unhelpful descriptions. Beyond setting labels and hints, there are several ways we can control what VoiceOver reads out. There are three in particular I want to focus on. First, marking images as being unimportant for VoiceOver. Second, hiding views from the system. And third, grouping several views as one. All of these are simple changes to make, but they result in a big improvement. For example, we can tell SwiftUI that a particular image is just there to make the UI look better by using image Decorative. Whether it's a simple bullet point or an animation of your app's mascot character running around, it doesn't actually convey any information, and so image Decorative tells SwiftUI it should be ignored by VoiceOver. Use it like this: image Decorative character. This leaves the image as being available to VoiceOver if it has some important traits, such as .isButton. It'll say button when it's highlighted, and if we attach a tap gesture, that works. But it doesn't read out the image's file name as the automatic VoiceOver label. If you then add a label or a hint, that will be read. If you want to go a step further, you can use the modifier Accessibility Hidden, which makes any view completely invisible to the system. Accessibility Hidden True. With that modifier, the image becomes invisible to VoiceOver regardless of what traits it has. Obviously, you should only use this if the view in question really does add nothing. If you have placed a view off screen, so it wasn't currently visible to users, you should mark it unavailable to VoiceOver too. The last way to hide content from VoiceOver is through grouping, which lets us control how the system reads several views that are related. As an example, consider this layout. VStack, text, your score is, text, 1000, .font, .title. VoiceOver sees that as two unrelated text views, and so it will either read your score is or 1000, depending on what the user's chosen. Both of those are unhelpful, which is where the modifier accessibility element children comes in. We can apply it to a parent view and ask it to combine children into a single element. For example, this will cause both text views to be read together. Accessibility element children.combine. That works really well when the child views contain separate information. But in our case, the children really should be read as a single entity. So a better solution here is to use accessibility element children.ignore, so the child views are invisible to VoiceOver. Then provide a custom label to the parent, like this: .ignore, accessibility label, text, your score is 1000. It's worth trying both of those to see how they differ in practice. Using .combine adds a pause between the two pieces of text, because they aren't necessarily designed to be read together. Using .ignore and a custom label means the text is read all at once, and it's much more natural.